Ackhiii, internet ready. Now, clueless, man. Leon, my brother, look, you are so predictable. Did I say it right? And my bro, I can't even spell sarcasm, but you're so predictable, my bro. Now, this is the moment that I've been waiting for the past, since 2009, when I got exposed for being a snitch. And I was waiting for the right moment. You know, when people were invested in people going back and forth. I was waiting for this. You know, like, I've touched up on highlights, addressed the snitching thing, but I haven't gone into depth or for you to see, because you just outed me. You just exposed me for being a snitch, bro. And to play this.
Bouncer's thing. You can't find the document that I've signed and given to the police that I sent a man to prison. I'm just saying. That's what makes us different. Do you know what I mean?
You said this. And my bro, this is what I keep on talking about. Fake narratives, bro. You just done a video. You've read through the whole court transcripts, yeah? The documents. Like, you've gone through, you printed it off, you've read it, you've broke it down. Ackhiii, anyone that's watching this, because you see this is the art of civil war. Internet ready. The art. Bro, I knew what you was gonna do from step to step to step. That's why I released that one. That's why I released that one. Now, stick around to the end, because you said something about sent a man to prison. we're not gonna get to that bit. We're gonna play, and I'm gonna react to the court transcripts that you've read out. I'm a snitch. Guys, I am a snitch. So I want you lot to know I am a snitch. But let's go through this. You get me? Because I was waiting for this. And I keep on telling you, Clue, bro, the fake narratives, bro. Bro. Let's get into this, bro. Let's get into this. Guys, obviously, you know, look, your paperwork, your problem. What we doing here? Let me land. Wait. Let's go. Let's play this bit. Obviously, I wanted to play this bit here because you said something.
Miles.
Ackhiii, it's not mouth, it's miles, Ackhiii, yeah? Not mouth, yeah? Leon is miles. Let's get into this bit. Let's get into the actual the proper things now. Let's get into 9 minutes in. Let's play it. Let's get to this. Come, let's go.
Well,
Okay.
Exhibit A. You know, sometimes that's, you know what I mean? You get the joke? No? I'm just going to read, bro. And for the people watching, he was acting like I wanted to be, there's no smut on my name. Never been the type of person to try and make people think that of me, bro. I'm just cool. But it seems...
I'm just cool, Ackhiii. Just read, Ackhiii, man. Let's get this out. Let's address this whole snitching thing to the figure. Then you lot stick around to the end. I've got something very important, bro. To
me, like, you want to be known as the guy that tells us the truth. You don't lie about nothing, do you, Miles? You're so credible, aren't you, Miles?
You know, when he made this video, he was like, bam, jackpot. You see the people that, you know, like, everyone's just feeding him like, yo, jackpot. Yeah, I've got this. I was waiting for this. You know, when you just draw a man in, like, draw a man to this. Remember, he's done his last response. He didn't want to do this, but I needed him to do this. I needed him.
Okay. So I'll just read the above. Bear with me. We turn now to evidence admitted by the judge in the form of an ABE video interview of Miles Harris, aka Bouncer. What do we have here, Miles Harris?
You have what Guys, you see what he's reading? I want you lot to know everything that he's reading is true. But the way how he's reading it, just watch it anyway. Not even the way how he's reading it. Remember, there is a whole case. He does what everyone else does. Watch this.
It was common ground that by the date of the trial, Harris, bouncer, had left the United Kingdom and gone to his father in Jamaica. I've never been still. What's it saying in yard and that though?
Ackhiii, yard is yard, Ackhiii. I'm not gonna address any of this yet. I'm gonna, just let him talk. You get me? So yeah, guys, I went to Jamaica. Okay.
Like my family's from the gardens and that, dad's side, not really get along with them. Do you know what I mean? But let me know. But yeah. But following the incident, he had given a video recorded interview to the police. Bouncer.
Mad.
Miles. It's over, buddy.
It's done, bro. Ackhiii. Listen, it's done. It's over. It's over, guys.
In it, he said that he was aware of a history of ill feeling between the appellant, the man accused, and you see what I'm not going to do here, because I have some kind of respect. Rest in peace to those that have fallen.
Big respect,
I'm
bro.
not going to say your friend's name. Okay? Cool? Ill feeling between the appellant and, was his friend, Bouncer's friend, Miles. He had not been present at the incident, but had heard about it subsequently. Okay, so what I gather is, you've heard about what's happened. You wasn't there though. Cool. I get that. But you're talking to
Clue, definitely. Look, he's like, right now, Ackhiii. I'm internet ready.
Internet ready.
You see this last thing? Bouncer is, I'm internet ready. This is what Clue's thinking.
police. Dark times. At the trial, the prosecution applied to play Harris's video interview. No wonder you're so good online with this video thing. You're kind of a pro.
You got me. You got me, bro. Like, you got me.
Sorry, I keep stopping. This application was supported by, not going to say the name, counsel, because this evidence also supported account of the incident. It was opposed by counsel for the appellant, man accused. The judge was given details of the events which led to Harris leaving the country. Why did you leave?
Why you asking me why I left for? Why you asking me why I left for, Ackhiii? Ackhiii, let's play this, bro. Let's play this. Let's get into this.
I mean, I know Jamaica's a nice place, but why did you leave? Evidence was given by a police officer who had spoken to Harris, bouncer, on the phone in Jamaica. Big man.
Evidence was given to a police officer that spoke to Harris on the phone in Jamaica. Okay, let's play this.
You got weed, gal, and you're on the phone to police. Oh my God. Yo. What the When Harris was in Jamaica, that's when you was on the phone to police.
Okay.
The police officer said Harris, bouncer, told him that he, Harris, had left the country in fear not of persons in the case, but of other young men connected with another matter. So big man, not only are you talking about this thing, you're trying to tell the police about our next thing.
And this is what I mean about the narrative. But yeah, listen, guys, remember, in Jamaica, the police spoke, Harris on the phone, and Harris has said, oh yeah, boom, he's in fear for his life, or he can't come back for another matter. Not this matter here, obviously, not this matter, you get me? Because usually someone would fly and be like, I'm in fear for my life for this matter. Let him talk. Let him talk, guys. Let him talk.
What are we doing here? And as the sun beams through the blinds, I hope you can hear me. You don't have to see me. I'm not, yeah? But what's going on here, Miles? Our next crime. That's why you ran.
Man said the next crime.
He agreed that at no stage did he tell the police officer that his statement in the video interview was untrue.
This is mad, bro. This is mad. He's got me. This is mad. The conversation in Jamaica is all that conversation is written down. This is mad. What's up? It's mad, bro. Nah, Ackhiii. You see what Ackhiii. You're funny, my brother.
Internet ready.
I don't know, fam. Let's get into it.
You're the local bad boy. Does this sound like something a local bad boy does? Of the video interview, he said that he just wanted to help the police officers with their inquiry by telling them the truth.
Look at this look.
Really starting to not like you, my bro.
Bro, it's mad, bro. It's actually mad still.
I mean, talk to me, bro. What's going on here?
Madness, man.
Didn't you say at 15 you was riding with hammers in cars and bad stuff was going on and you was on smoke? But the same age you're doing this, brother. The witness, Harris, bouncer, said that he had put it to the appellant, the accused, that everyone knew what it was. Sorry. Everyone knew that it was him and that he had hit the name with a hammer. So correct me if I'm wrong here. You basically told the police the conversation you had with the person found guilty of the crime and that he...
That's correct. That's correct. It's correct.
He had said, yeah, I hit him with the hammer. Harris claimed during the video interview that the appellant agreed, saying, well, yeah, I did hammer him like he deserved it. That's street slang, my bro. That's how I know. I was half reading this thinking, nah, it can't be, but that is street slang. Well, yeah, I did hammer him like he deserved it. I could just picture how a man said it.
What are we doing
there, bouncer?
It's mad.
Miles. The judge ruled that it was not reasonably practicable, as in capable, to secure the attendance of Harris. Remember, he's flown to Jamaica. The trial...
Let him carry on. I've flown to Jamaica. The police spoke to Harris on the phone, and Harris is saying he's in fear for his life with someone else. Not to do with this. So let him carry on.
Come around, he's flown to Jamaica, just not to give evidence. He said that after anxious consideration, he found the evidence of Harris Bouncer, vital.
So he's saying that the judge has found my evidence vital. Let him carry on. Let him carry on.
To the interests of no name.
It's
I
done.
don't want to read no more, man. I'm sure.
It's done. Guys, now, let's go.
Internet ready.
Clue, you see you, my brother. Why didn't you put that transcript link? Because it's online for everyone to go through. It's online for everyone to go through. And you see what I say to you, that you always pushing a fake narrative. Not always, but my response was my response, the way that you pushed the fake narrative. This is why. Let's land. Wait to the end. There's a lot we're gonna uncut here. I'm gonna address this snitching thing. I'm gonna address it. So you know, like online, you always see these mad narratives online about, man. I've been seeing it for the past. Remember, I've been outed to be a snitch since 2009, guys. It's 2025. I've been outed to be a snitch. Remember. So you always see these made up stories. You see these OGs. Everyone. You see Clue. They read the paperwork and they take what they. You get me? They didn't read all of it, but you know. And then one day I come across this. Well, a friend sent me this. You know, all these narrative pages. It was this page. You get me? It's just content. And I come across this. I'm saying, yeah, look, man's on me. Like, you can see it. Like, send your hitters. You're the best. You're the biggest rat. That's me. You know, like, they're onto me. Like Tiny. You can see everyone's onto me. Bounce is a snitch. So I watched this one here, and it was like, is Bouncer a snitch? Paperwork exposed. So what I'm going to play to you, I'm going to show you everything that Clue has said, but I'm going to put it in the form of video form. So someone that studied the case, and because I want you lot to know, I want you lot to call me a snitch for the right things. I want you to call me a snitch, a rat, for the right things. So obviously it got released 3 months ago. Guys, trust me, man. These are pages. I ain't got time to flip in. When I watched this video, I was like, wow, like, but anyway, watch this. Let's watch it.
This video breaks down what really went down with Miles Harris, known as Bouncer. It was a case involving the death of his friend, Persaud, who was hit in the head with a hammer during a street attack. Now people are calling Bouncer a snitch. If you really look at the details, it's not that simple. Bouncer's name was first brought into the case by Pearson, the man later charged in relation to the incident.
Wait, guys, watch this. Guys, I'm a snitch. I'm letting you know I've addressed this. I've put my hands up, but now you're gonna see some real insights of. See, you're gonna get. Remember, I've never actually spoke about it in depth. So just watch this. Let me rewrite. Just, you get me. Just, you know, like I've always said. Oh, flipping. People ran to the police, and this is what's happened. And they ran to the police. They was in fear for their life, and you lot saying that I called out Crime Stoppers. Just please let me land. Just let me land.
Bouncer's name was first brought into the case by Pearson, the man later charged in relation to the incident. Pearson told police that Bouncer had chased him. That one statement led police to bring Bouncer in for questioning. He was only 15 or 16 years old. During that interview, there was no lawyer, no parent, and no appropriate adult present. Despite
Guys, no matter what age you are, snitching is not cool. You don't snitch. You don't talk to the police. I'm just saying, just let me land, guys.
Despite his age and the circumstances, a judge later ruled that the video could be played in court. In the interview, Bouncer made it clear he wasn't there when the incident took place. He told officers he was just sharing what he'd heard from others, including Pearson. It wasn't a confession. It wasn't a witness account. It was second-hand information. After hearing what had happened to his friend, Bouncer left a voicemail. In it, he said someone had been hammered, but Bouncer wasn't at the scene. He was reacting to what he'd been told. The voicemail was later used as evidence. Pearson later told police he felt Bouncer was after him. That became part of his defense, shifting attention from himself onto Bouncer.
Let me land. My evidence got called up in court. It got played in court. Let me just rewind this bit. I want you lot to know. They're saying my evidence, it turned into evidence. Just remember, guys, I'm a snitch. So I want you lot to know, I want to give you lot some insights. Just so you lot have an understanding, you have an understanding. Rewind it, just play it.
Bouncer was after him. That became part of his defense, shifting attention from himself onto Bouncer. And it worked. The prosecution used Bouncer's interview as supporting evidence, even though it was never meant to be used in that way. And Bouncer had no chance to explain himself in court. In the same interview,
Wait, so this is, Pearson is the guy that's turned QE, like Queen's evidence against these cold offendants. The boy Clue, he's speaking about one person. There's like 4 people on the case. Let me land. I'm a snitch. Just let me land. So just give you some insights of what's going on. We're going to play it again and I'll break it down, but I want you lot to listen. Let's rewind it again, just so you can hear this.
to what he'd been told. The voicemail was later used as evidence. Pearson later told police he felt Bouncer was after him. That became part of his defense, shifting attention from himself onto Bouncer. And it worked. The prosecution used Bouncer's interview as supporting evidence, even though it was never meant to be used in that way. And Bouncer had no chance to explain himself in court. In the same interview, Bouncer said he didn't want to go to court. He wasn't trying to be a witness. He thought he was helping, giving police what he'd heard. But there was no adult guiding him through it, and no one to tell him how his words might later be used. Bouncer went to stay in Jamaica with his father due to serious threats that had nothing to do with this case. When the court requested that he give evidence over video link, his father did not give consent. As a result, Bouncer did not testify, but the court still allowed his teenage interview to be played in full, without cross-examination. Pearson admitted what he did. He said, "Yeah."
So I want you lot to understand, just so you understand this quickly, I'm going to rewind this again and I'm going to go into depth. I want you lot to listen to this bit again, yeah? Just so you understand, guys, yeah?
He wasn't trying to be a witness. He thought he was helping, giving police what he'd heard. But there was no adult guiding him through it, and no one to tell him how his words might later be used. Bouncer went to stay in Jamaica with his father due to serious threats that had nothing to do with this case. When the court requested that he give evidence over video link, his father did not give consent.
So when the court requested for Bouncer to give evidence, his father did not give consent. Obviously, I'm a minor. But the way I'm a snitch, I'm a minor. So Clue's saying, oh, Bouncer is speaking to the police in jail. Well, my dad's name's Harris. So my dad is on the phone to the police in jail, my brother.
Ackhiii.
Not me, Ackhiii. You're not me. I know it's a bit confusing. If you kind of sat down and studied the case and maybe even put the link of that case in description so people can see it, it might have given a little bit more context. But I understand, bro. I understand you got it wrong. You got it wrong. I understand. But let's get into this.
As a result, Bouncer did not testify, but the court still allowed his teenage interview to be played in full, without cross-examination. Pearson admitted what he did. He said, "Yeah, I did hammer him. He deserved it." That's a direct confession, and it came from the same man who told police Bouncer was chasing him. But somehow, Bouncer's reaction was treated like more of a problem than Pearson's actions.
Let's rewind this. But bear in mind, guys, I've owned up. But now this is giving you lot some context. Because you know you lot go mad. You lot say crazy stuff. So I want you lot to say crazy stuff on the right stuff. I want you to say crazy stuff about the right things. But anyway, let's play it.
"Yeah, I did hammer him. He deserved it." That's a direct confession, and it came from the same man who told police Bouncer was chasing him. But somehow, Bouncer's reaction was treated like more of a problem than Pearson's actions. Pearson continued pushing the idea that Bouncer was aggressive and threatening. Even though Pearson was the one who admitted to the violence, his claims helped build a story that made Bouncer look like part of it, even when the facts said otherwise. Bouncer was just a teenager. He didn't witness the incident. He never claimed to. He repeated what he'd been told, and has kept his story consistent from the start. But that one interview, recorded with no guidance, was used to paint him as a snitch. Bouncer was just a teenager. He didn't witness the incident.
Now, whoever owns this page, bro, But wallahi ad-Din on the Holy Quran, I have no idea who owns this page. This is the only person that looked at the case. But if you did look at the case, anyone actually looked at the case, you would kind of see this. I'm going to break it down properly. But this is the only person that looked at the actual transcripts, because it's long, and said it for how it was. Because everyone, bro, what they missed out, and all you scumbags, you're all scumbags. Every single road that tried to tarnish your name, my name, you're all scumbags. I'm just saying it, bro. Because what you lot done is you forgot everything else, but you went to that bit where, oh yeah, my man sent a person to prison. There's signed statements. Let me break something down to you, Clue, yeah? I'm going to break something down to you, Clue, yeah? You see, when you're underage, yeah, you have to have consent. You have to have a parent. So what I'm explaining to you, yeah, you see, like, people that nonsense that have sex with underage people, like women or men, they go to prison. They go to prison for having sex with underage persons. So you need to have someone with age to consent. So what you're saying, my brother, that at 15, and I thought you had more sense, my brother, is at 15, I fled to Jamaica and the police rang me and they was okay to just speak to me on the phone. Like, oh yeah, man's speaking to them on the phone. So I'm enjoying myself in Jamaica. I'm speaking to them on the phone. Now I'm going to play this. But hold on, bro. Because there's a crazy allegation about you, bro. Get me, that we need to talk about. And I'm going to make another video just so, you know, but there's a crazy one. But just play this video and let me break it down just so you have more context. You get me? Because, guys, I was waiting for this. And every single time yesterday I made a video and I said, the guys that went to jail for life, just do a podcast. You get me? Because some of them are out. Just get everyone on the podcast and just break this down, bro. Because you lot keep on saying that, bro. I've run to the police. First, I heard that I called up Crime Stoppers, went to the police, and sent people to prison for life. Clue, you've read all this up, read everything what you said. Cool, no problem. Yes, listen to this, bro. Because I thought you was actually smart, my brother. Let's watch it again. I'm gonna break it down now.
This video breaks down what really went down with Miles Harris, known as Bouncer. It was a case involving the death of his friend, Persaud, who was hit in the head with a hammer during a street attack. Now people are calling...
I want you lot to understand, we're in school, everyone, like RIP my brother poets, get me, miss you my brother, we're in school. Even the people that went to prison, everyone's in school, we're all... Well, most of us are under the age. Well, all of us, we're under the age, bro. We're all 15, 14, 13. We're in school. So when you're hearing this case, I want you to take it as this. So when you're hearing this person run into the police and say he's in fear for his life, still take it as we're little kids, guys. Just take it as that. We're little kids. Just bear in mind. Because I'm being made out that, yo, this interview here sent people to jail. Let me break it down.
Bouncer a snitch. If you really look at the details, it's not that simple. Bouncer's name was first brought into the case by Pearson, the man later charged in relation to the incident. Pearson told police that Bouncer had chased him. That one statement led police to bring Bouncer in for questioning. He was only 15 or 16 years old. During that interview, there was no lawyer, no parent, and no appropriate adult present. Despite...
So you see when this guy says this, yeah? Let me show you. You see when Clue done this video. I want you lot to just understand this. I want you lot to understand this. So you know there's full accountability. It's about taking accountability, right? So let's take this one.
Ray has a lot of guests on his show. Very select. This was never cool. And Spray's thing. Bouncer's thing. You can't find the document that I've signed and given to the police.
You can't find a document that I've signed and given to the police. Let's get into this, guys. Just want you lot to just break it down. You get me? I know everyone's invested into this. Let's get into this.
15 or 16 years old. During that interview, there was no lawyer, no parent, and no appropriate adult present, despite his age and the circumstances.
So, guys, obviously, I couldn't sign the document. So what I was trying to get on. I say you're pushing the fake narrative. If you're gonna say the same, if you're gonna say these things, push the right narrative, because you're saying misinformation outside. So I'm just letting you know, breaking that down. This is just giving you an update that there's no signed statement. You're pushing the fake narratives. I'm a minor. Cool. Let's go.
A judge later ruled that the video could be played in court. In the interview, Bouncer made it clear he wasn't there when the incident took place. He told officers he was just sharing what he'd heard from others, including Pearson. It was...
Guys, that is wrong. Man should never speak to police. That's wrong. I want you lot to know that. Man should never speak to police.
Wasn't a confession. It wasn't a witness account. It was second-hand information. After hearing what had happened to his friend, Bouncer left a voicemail. In it, he said someone had been hammered, but Bouncer wasn't at the scene. He was reacting to what he'd been told. The voicemail was later used as evidence. Pearson later told police,
Just bear in mind as well, I want you lot to understand this. You can't ring up the police today and say John done X, Y, and Z, and based on that, it sent John to prison for the rest of his life, because then the prisons will be full. I'm just giving you a bit of insights, because you know the narrative, bro. Man sent someone to jail, man sent people to jail. This one was very viral. So I'm just gonna break down.
he felt Bouncer was after him. That became part of his defense, shifting attention from himself onto Bouncer, and it...
So that became part of his defense. He turned QE. So their co-defendants turned QE, but used me as his defense and brought me on the case. Remember, Clue said that what man's done and all of that, Bouncer, boom, sent these guys to prison. No, there's a Cody that turned QE, Queen's Evidence. Queen's Evidence means he turned against. He's on the prosecution's side now to get off the case. And this is what's happened. Let's carry on playing it.
Worked. The prosecution used Bouncer's interview as supporting evidence, even though it was never meant to be used in that way, and Bouncer had no chance to explain himself in court.
The prosecution used Bouncer's evidence as supporting evidence, or Bouncer's interview as supporting evidence. That's I just want you to understand how I'm on the case. I'm not on the case because of this. I want you to understand that how I'm on the case. Just so I want you lot to, like, if man's calling me a snitch, I want man to understand this. You get me? Just
Same interview, Bouncer said he didn't want to go to court. He wasn't trying to be a witness. He thought he was helping, giving police what he'd heard. But there was no adult guiding him through it, and no one to tell him how his words might later be used. Bouncer went to stay in Jamaica with his father due to serious threats that had nothing to do with this case. When the court requested that he give evidence over video link, his father did not give consent.
So his father did not give consent. So it just means, bro, obviously they spoke to my dad. You get me? I want nothing to do with the case. You get me? I done the interview. I spoke, which I shouldn't have spoke. I'm a little kid. You get me? Don't know what I'm doing. I ain't got no one there. Cool, no problem. I will live with being a snitch for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have to live with it. But I've never actually given you like proper insights, because you probably wouldn't have believed me. But why the case is online? So why it's so mad? Because it's like everyone can read it. And do you know what? Do you know what is crazy? Most of the real guys, like real street niggas, they're all on my phone. Them brothers, they've read the case, and they argue with their friends, because their friends, no one has read this case. So I'm just saying, you still don't mess with me, no problem. But I'm giving you context of why would I fly to Jamaica? And then, okay, I fly to Jamaica. So I would have just gave evidence. Why? I would have said, I'm in fear for my life. Remember this, guys. Check this. I'm in fear for my life. The guy's on the case. I'm in fear for my life. Like, I can't give evidence. I should have said that as well. Like, I'm in fear for my life. I don't want to give evidence. And they said that in court. Bouncer's in fear for his life. He don't want to give evidence. But no, bro. Like, I said, oh, yeah, boom. I'm in fear for my life. There's something else. This Clue guy's talking about, I'm talking to the police about something else. No, bro. No. But anyway,
Result, Bouncer did not testify, but the court still allowed his teenage interview to be played in full, without cross-examination. Pearson admitted what he did. He said, "Yeah, I did hammer him. He deserved it." That's a direct confession, and it came from the same man who told police Bouncer was chasing him. But somehow, Bouncer's reaction was treated like more of a problem than Pearson's actions. Pearson
no. What it was is Bouncer got out of prison from doing 10 years and started becoming very successful and started doing crazy things. So all the bums now started being like, bro, this guy, he can't be successful. And started running with a narrative, and I let this narrative go on for years and years and years. And even when I sat on the sofa with Tricky, I didn't really address it like that. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really address it. You get me? So that's what's happened.
Continued pushing the idea that Bouncer was aggressive and threatening. Even though Pearson was the one who admitted to the violence, his claims helped build a story that made Bouncer look like part of it, even when the facts said otherwise. Bouncer was just a teenager. He didn't witness the incident. He never claimed to. He repeated what he'd been told, and has kept his story consistent from the start.
Look, I'm just going to put it like this. You get me? I wasn't there. You get me? So whatever. I'm going to put it like this. There's a difference, guys. Like, you got to understand, look, I take accountability of everything. And if you're going to call me a snitch, I call myself a snitch, bro. But call me a snitch for the right reasons, bro. You get me? And look, it was, whoever made this page, this YouTube, thank you, because it's like, everyone can see the case for where it is, but there's small-minded people that won't look into things. And Clue, I want you to explain. I want to break this down to you, my bro, that you push that narrative again. Now we're going to get into you. We're going to get into you right now, my bro. We're going to get into you. So you're talking about High Down. Now I'm going to make another video. It's going to come out in 2 hours in exact, because, you know, this one's longer. Get me? I don't want people to miss the trick here. I don't want them to miss the trick. So you spoke about High Down. Just play it.
I don't even know who they are. But I know what you're alluding to. High Down. When I moved to the opposition wing, and I say opposition, I'm not a gang member, but I care for my people. You know, my brother is in the mix, as to say. We won't go into too much detail. So if you got a problem with my brother, I'm one of them people. That means you got a problem with me. That's fair, no?
Ackhiii. Internet ready. Guys, before I play this, I want you lot to know this. I want you to know this. He knew what was coming. He knew what was about to say. I put it up there. I've highlighted things. So please let me land. Watch this to the end. Because remember, he said that he's true. He said that, yo, boom, he hasn't sent no one to prison. He sent that there's no one got no sentence for him. Understand that. Listen to what he says. I'm going to break this down. And if we want to start getting technical, we start, you know. Say no more anyway. Let's get into this.
Oh, that's cool. So I say I went to the opposition wing because these people have a problem with my brother, which means they've got a problem with me. There was a reason why I went there. But again, I'm not trying to stay here too long. Unless there's more sometimes. Now, I was over there comfortably for about 6 weeks, I believe, while these people gathered up the courage and confidence to, you know, make their move. And when one individual did make his move, not only was it in front of the officers, not only was it in front of the cameras, it was from behind.
Guys, listen to how he's breaking it down. Only was it in front of the officers, only was it in front of the cameras, it was behind. Ackhiii, watch this.
I can't, from behind. You know I want to say the word, but I'm trying to be grown, but come on, Jay.
Obviously, his story of events is his story. We need to confirm that soon. I think I'll confirm that at a later date of what the incident. Remember what he said. Cool, forget it. Let's get into this anyway.
You know the snake thing? Huh? My only L in the prison system. Can you believe that? You can ask around. People will tell you. I'm not here to gloat on who I am. I just know who I am. So when you allude to voluntary, they wouldn't let me out the cell. See, the rules have changed now in prison.
I hear that. I hear that. You got attacked. Obviously, they didn't let you out the cell. I get it, man. When you have madnesses, you have a fight, you have to go behind your door. I hear that. Cool.
Remember, I was in there in 2023. So, for example, if something was to happen in front of an officer or in front of the cameras, they don't need you to say anything. They just take that where they're taking it, bro.
Okay. So the rules has changed in prison. So basically saying if there's any fights in prison, in every single prison system, they're gonna take it where they're gonna take it. No one don't need to say anything. Let me land here, guys. Let me just land here. This is what he's saying. Cool.
Do you know what I mean? So you suggesting that I would get another prisoner a longer sentence just for doing what he felt he had to do, because in a stranger street way, I get it. I wouldn't want that, bro.
I understand that you've addressed this. I understand it, bro. I understand it. Let me hear what else you got to say quickly.
My mentality is different
Okay.
when I'm seeking what I'm seeking, as in revenge.
Okay. Your mentality is different when you're seeking what you're seeking, revenge. Now, Ackhiii, let's break this one down. So he's basically saying, look, boom, he went to the opposition wing. He was on there for 6 weeks. No one didn't touch him. Boom, boom, boom. Then a work got mashed on him from behind. You get me? And he went behind his door. He didn't ride voluntary. But if the work got mashed on him on camera in front of the officers. Yeah? And he's saying, since 2023, the rules has changed. So this means anyone that has had fighting on site in front of people, now people can take it however they're taking it. Like the officers or whatever's happening in the jail, they can take it further. So it's like, so that's it. He didn't say nothing. Cool. There's a man in prison, bro, right now. Today, there's a man in prison right now, bro. And I'm going to say things to you. He's been sentenced consecutively for harming Leon Morris. He's been sentenced, guys. Yeah? For mashing up my man. Now, let me break it down. I'm not even gonna show you the paperwork yet. I'm gonna make another video in 2 hours just to make this one. Because this one, 43 minutes, I've had to address a lot of things, but I just wanna break this one down. So, you lot can watch this and then in a minute, 2 hours, watch this next full breakdown. But there's a man in prison that's mashed work, bro. And guess what, bro? Let's get up. Let's get up. Let's get up. Let's get up. So there's paperwork, yeah? So listen, this is what happens in jail. We all mash works. You have fights, there's loads of fights, you deal with it, you get nickings, you get CC, you go block, boom, 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 boom. On camera, nearly every prison has cameras, guys. I just want you lot to know. Anyway, so boom. My man's mashed work on Don. But obviously, Don's got a few fractures. He's got a fractured rib. Something's wrong with his head. So what's happened? They've nicked him. Now, he's looking at outside charges, but they've nicked him. Nothing has come to life now. Like, you get me? Obviously, in order for the brother to get outside charges and actually get charged, it means that the victim, like Leon, had to done something. Either he had to give a statement or he had to approve medical reports of his injury. Let me land. Remember, by law, we can look at this. By law, you can't just take medical reports without the victim's consent. Please understand this. Let me land. Please let me land. So cool. I've got the paperwork. I'm gonna post it on the next video. So cool. He didn't give a statement of what happened. Of course, he's not gonna give that. He's in jail. But what he did do is obviously he went to the hospital. And what he did do, you know my reader's mad. You're not gonna make me read again. But let me just say it in short form and then I'll read shortly. You get me? And it's all scatty reading. You get me?
Ackhiii.
But what he did do was he went to the hospital. Of course, he has to get X-ray and boom, 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 boom. But with his X-ray, so down the line happened. He's been out for a little while. So what's happened? He has given permission for the police to use his medical history to get the brother that's in court, the brother that's in jail right now, charged. And what he had to, and that has led to the brother to get an executive sentence in prison. Like, this is facts. So I want you to understand, look, there's a breakdown, there's paperwork. I posted the X-ray in the last video, but so there's X-rays, it's breaking down. Just read the nicking. So it just basically says at HMP Highdown alleged assault Leon Morris by punching him in the face. Prison officer, blah, 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 witnessed the incident. Yeah, cool. We're on the landing. It always happens. Then it just says he's nicking. Case manager, boom, 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 and it shows the doctor. It shows all the reports, like the timings. I'm gonna post this on the thing. I feel like it might get taken down because it's kind of, it happened with one of the TR Trizzy's cases. So it says Leon Morris gets a CT head shown the right. Basically say his head is fractured. Obviously he's got a big head, so it says that his head is fractured. You get me? And it shows that, and he done an X-ray on his chest, and he shows that his ribs are fractured. Now it says your case before Guildford Crown Court. So this is on the 15th. I'm not even gonna name. This is in 2025 this year. I'm not gonna name the date. You get me? I was gonna put a paper up, so I could just be that. This is on the 15th of July 2025. Now, it says your case before Guildford Crown Court. So it says, I write to confirm that I have finally received an expert report commenting on the injuries caused to Mr. Leon Morris. Please find attached a copy of this report. So look, I'm going to tell you, look, can do your homework on this. We can get any lawyers or get people up. In court, what happens is, the victim has to approve. He has to approve and release the medical. So the person that's obviously that's in jail already, there's a case against him. So there would be no case, guys, if he didn't release it. If he said no, they would have bust case. But because he released it, he said yes, he approved it. Now my man got charged. Now my man got extra sentence running consecutively, not concurrent, consecutively in prison. Now this has been going around. This has been out. Clue said something the other day that was mad about a rapper, and the rapper's people went all out on him. You get me? And then he tried to backtrack later on down. You get me? In the next video and tried to big up the same rapper. If you want me to prove it, I'll prove it. You get me? Just so. But I want you lot to understand, there's someone in jail who he got assaulted by, and he approved a medical report to be used against him in court that got him an extra sentence. So I want you to understand that. Now you can take, if that's snitching, if it's not snitching, but I just want you to know someone went to prison for that, got extra time, and you can look into the actual law. Look into the law. Forget about anything. Let's look at the facts now, because he talks about facts. Let's look into the law. I rest my case. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another video with this full breakdown and put up the things and boom, boom, boom. The video might get taken down. So I might get my team to blur it a bit or whatnot so you can see certain things. But I might blur Leon Morris's name. I might blur it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You get me? But guys, look. what I'm gonna take from this, and what you lot need to learn is I've been home, I've been doing my thing, I've been promoting positivity, even with Clueless. Yeah, I supported his thing. I supported him. I wanted to keep the peace, and guess what? It always gets thrown back in my face. And you know when he said, you see when he's saying, "Oh, you reached out my people and you respected, man," and boom, 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 boom. Yeah, no problem, bro. I did. I don't hide that, and I say it openly. But when you've messaged me, appreciate the coverage, G. So just understand this, bro. I supported your thing, my brother. You get me? And when everything's going, I see when all the internet things are trying to add me on Snap, and it's like, bro, we don't need to speak to each other no more. But what I'm gonna say to man, guys, yeah, is look. Stop this crabs in the bucket thing. If you're gonna call someone a snitch, do your research, look into it, and call someone a snitch, bro. Because if this person didn't make this video now, and Clue actually made that video what he made, you lot would still be like, you'll be looking at it. And I'm not saying you're not gonna say that word, but there's context into what there's context into. You get me? And bro, I'll probably make another video, bro, just to even break that down. Because this one's long. Not everyone's gonna watch this one, but I know you lot are really invested into this. So I thought, look, let's get it out the way, man. You get me? But yeah, man, Clue, what we need you to do, bro, is we need you to address why there's someone in prison that has got extra sentence charges on the back of assaulting you, because that's never heard of. Address that, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe, people. Peace.